come to the essence of what is it about. Because in the essence, in the mana of that, of anything, is the Kaona. That is what we've got to understand, the Kaona, the deeper meaning. Remember, the ancestors, the kupuna, put their ike in plain view. We have to be able to be smart enough to figure it out. That's the other reason why we do these, where do we place our awareness activities? So we're training ourselves all the time, which is why we do a bit of learning and then, apply it to something like puli. Apply it to something like puli. Like just then, we just did it. We do it at the beginning of every class. When I ask somebody to do it and us all to engage it, we're actually applying the learning in the moment, then and there, around essence and form. You may not have realized that before, but that's what we're doing. And it's the same thing in our understanding of hula. Otherwise, everything stays at the surface level. That's why I can't just focus on the form of something. The form's the container. The form is important. The form of hula, because it's very physical, is important because things have to look a certain way. Yeah? But within those movements, if I'm making the flower, within those movements, there is essence in that understanding of why am I making that flower? What is that flower referring to? Which is what you were sharing with me, Marielle, around the pua. What is they actually referring to? So it happens on multiple levels, just as life happens on multiple levels. And it's what makes trying to understand the Hawaiian worldview so interesting. Because going back to what I was saying, what we were talking about on Molokai, about people not understanding the words that they're using, not really understanding because they don't understand the kaona. It goes back to that. Because what happens is folks try to understand the Hawaiian worldview. Great. That's what training is about. We want to understand that. At the same time as we're understanding that, we have to understand it from the Hawaiian worldview. Otherwise, we're understanding it from our Western worldview, which means it all stays at the cognitive level, at the thinking level, because you're understanding it, but you don't have a palina, you don't have a relationship with it. Which is what we do in training, whether it's Hawaiian Studies Club, whether it's the Path to Pa'a course, whether it's Lomi Lomi training, whether it's Ho'oponopono training, whether it's Oli training, whether it's hula training, it doesn't matter. We're trying to move ourselves from where our structure, our form of being in the Western world, to be able to see it from inside the cultural teachings themselves. Then we really come to understand it. But it is challenging. It is challenging because it's not the construct that we grow up with, most of us. Which is why when we enter into a halal, we're told you have to forget everything that you've learned before. Everything. That's what we do when we enter into the halal. So that there are no pahakus, no impediments to us shaping the way we come to understand it. Are you with me? Do you get what I'm trying to tell you here?